Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are on this glorious planet. You're here today with me right now, and we are going to learn some more proactive Smartsheet tips and tricks. Let's do this. Today, we are looking at this chart, charting out the activities, items sold for each month. As we're talking about being proactive, we want to put some projections on that. How are we going to do that? Now, some of you have some familiar with dashboards, and I'll do a tutorial on how to use dashboards later. But for right now, assuming that you understand some basic Smartsheet stuff, that we can take this chart and put some proactive numbers on there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the data. And here are our numbers that the chart is pulling from. Let's add on, right click. We're going to add on another column. We're just going to say okay because we're just going to stay here like this. We're not going to give the columns names. Let's do that 2 more times, can we? Right click, click OK, and then 1 more time. Right click, click OK. And now we want to do January 2024, February 2024. And just to keep it simple, we're just going to use an average. So let's say we're going to say AVG using the average function. And we'll go all the way back to our beginning numbers, January, and go across to December. There we go. So the average of the previous 12 months is 35.2. And then because it's going to be the same average, we're just going to repeat that for the other columns. All right, let's save it. You got to make sure you save these. And let's go back to our table. And we need to edit so we can add on the 3 additional months. And here, columns included. Make sure that all the columns are included. And if they're not, we need to go back and capture these other 2 fabulous months. Let's get everything in here. Perfect. So now we have January, February, March. But we want to look good and demonstrate. And so here, I can't distinguish. And unfortunately, if you were to go into any piece of data, you can't change that particular. If you change it for green, you change it to all green. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our data set, this data set, and instead we're going to, let's call this actual. And we're going to do the same thing here, but this time we're going to call this projection. And then we'll make this a separate row of data. And instead of having these numbers up here, we're going to just bring them down here. Oh, make sure we're calculating the correct spots. There we go. Perfect. And we'll go back to our table, our dashboard. And now let's make sure we capture our new information. And now we have our projections. Maybe you don't like the line, maybe you prefer the bar. How about that? So now we have our projected lines, and now we have information to work on. Let's say, for example, since this is December and we haven't exactly finished December, we can say, let's go back to our data sheet. We say our projected number, we'll just keep that at 30. We'll just make that an even 35. How about that? And then when we go back here to our dashboard, oh, now we got, yeah, and I think even better now, we're going to use the stacked. How about that? Yeah, I don't like the stacked because now you're looking at totals and we really don't want to look at totals. So let's go back and let's keep standard so you can compare actuals with projections going into 2014. Perfect. Some of you are looking at this bottom one. I know you're seeing looking at the other one. This is something where, hey, if we pick a month, we can say, what happened in the course of February? Click submit, refresh data, and now we have February's numbers for all our items. Yes, I have been to IKEA lately. That's why I'm so gray down here. And if you liked what I showed you, hit the subscribe button, like me, ask questions in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. Or go over to my blog page where I keep more details about what I've done and the formulas or whatever. And of course, you can ask more questions. Hey, I'm here for you. In the world of project management, you are not a manager of tasks. You're a leader of change. Good luck and make every day count.